Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel. We're back with another video, and we're in Upland again. And we're going to talk about the Thrifty Trader today. Go over how I did, what I like and don't like about the Thrifty Trader. And I have to admit, there's not much I like, and there's a whole lot I don't like. So we'll talk about that and see what maybe could be changed to make it better and more fair for players, and some of the things that really bugged me about it. But first, we love the comments, love the likes, love the shares. Keep those coming. We love seeing new subscribers. And I have a real estate channel as well that goes over my flips, rentals, being an agent, businesses, all of that stuff too. And that is Invest for More. And Mark Ferguson, just search for either one of those and it will show up. Closest to 100,000 subscribers on there. Eventually we'll get there, so that's pretty cool to see. All right, so the Thrifty Trader usually is a contest Upland has after a city is released. And Upland's a virtual real estate world where you can buy lots, you can build on them, you can trade them, you can flip them. The city releases are always a lot of fun. So how a city release works is they release a small neighborhood for a stress test. Then usually the next day they release the whole city. People go and mint and try and make money, and guess what collections are? Then the collections are released, and then Upland has what's called a Thrifty Trader. And to see the news on those, they'll have a square pop up. You can go to Discord. We have a Discord channel as well that I'll talk about here. But you can also go down here to the bottom and go to resources and then go to news and events. And that brings you to all the different things Upland has going on and their announcements. And so you can see the economy, starter neighborhood. Oh, we should check and see how the starter neighborhood is doing. We had a video on that in FSAs last week. And challenges. The Thrifty Trader. So here is where they go over what the Thrifty Trader is. And they've changed the rules a few times. And the reason the Thrifty Trader can be fun is you can get a unique block explorer for the new city. You can win Spark. You can win Upix. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can have. So now I want to see, this is a leaderboard, so you can search your name. You can see who's ahead. And then they have all these different, you have volume, diversity, relative buy, relative profit, and a final score that combines all of these together. We're going to talk about what those are and how they work. Now, I just want to see, they tell you when it starts August 3rd. It ended Saturday, August 6th, I believe. The top 200 get a Rio Trader Block Explorer. And then it talks about how all of this works. So efficiency value, let's see here. Oh, that's the whole thing. So then it talks about, here we go. It's a value composite of their performance relative to others on a few core metrics. Relative profit score calculates the relative value between the sale price and the 30-day moving average of sales prices in that neighborhood. Relative purchase score calculates the relative value between the purchase price and the 30-day moving average of sales prices in that neighborhood. Trading volume, the number of trades you completed. Trading diversity, the number of unique players the seller has traded with. So what I want to, this used to be more about volume, profit margin, and how you do trading properties. Now it's not really about trading properties. It's about just how cheap you buy and how expensive you sell. So, part of the reason I don't like it is because I didn't do very good in the Thrifty Trader. Now, that's not the only reason, but if we type in my name here, we'll see, and we'll tell you how to do well in it too. I had a 71.51 final score, and I was in the 90s at one point, way up there, and I dropped way down, and we'll tell you why I dropped way down here. I think I was 198th. I snuck in there. I was 196th yesterday, and that was Sunday, so I don't know how it keeps changing. But as of right now, if they keep these final scores, I would have gotten a Block Explorer just barely by sneaking into 198th. And we did have a player on our Discord, the Lazy Node Invest for More Discord, who said they were 9th. Let's see. Yeah, Crappy was 9th. So congratulations, Crappy. You did a fantastic job. But we had some other players who did well. I was 23rd at one point. I'm going to talk about how I got there and then how I dropped so far down. basically with one trade. It was basically one property that did that to me. So what happens with a thrifty trader? So what those relative scores mean is basically, first off, volume. You don't have to sell very many properties to be in the 90s, maybe a few, if that. When it first started, I had not sold any properties in the first day, none. But I had bought a handful of properties kind of in the, what is it, the Koto, I can't pronounce stuff. Kokota neighborhood. And there were some for sale for dollars, right, that were real cheap, like $7 for a property. I think those two were up here. I purchased both of those. And then I probably made a mistake too during the Thrifty Trader, because I bought some beachfront property here, as you can see, or bayfront property, and I paid a lot, not a lot, but more than the neighborhood values. So we're going to talk about how that affects it. But just purchasing properties for really cheap allowed me to be, I think I was 37th on the first day. I didn't sell one property, just buying. So, if you're going to call it the Thrifty Trader and it's supposed to reward people who buy and sell thrifty or smartly, maybe they have to sell stuff. But maybe that's not the point. So anyway, we're going to check out that neighborhood and see if there's anything here. I have been buying here and a little bit in Saud or Sode, however you say it, just because I think they're small, they're along the water, they're relatively affordable. Oh, there's a cheap one there. I haven't seen one that cheap in there for a while, so we might have to go buy that if we can find it. So I've been buying some stuff in there, and eventually I'm guessing these could become nodes because there's not that many properties in Rio, or I may do a node. I'm not sure I want to because we have a lot going on with our other nodes, but there's a possibility of that. So I don't think it hurts for me to just be buying up properties that are cheap here, just because I think there are some certain neighborhoods that will explode in value, and this could be one of them. And then we also have Saud down here. They could also, I think, do really well in value as well. I don't have quite as many there, but we'll see. And then, but along with the Thrifty Trader, just buying those properties for super cheap. I bought them for like $7, and the floor was 14,000 UPX. And who knows what the average price was. It got me on the Thrifty Trader leaderboard, pretty high up there. And that's because, as I said, they only count what you buy it for relative to the 30-day moving average of prices in that neighborhood. So if the moving day average prices are 20,000 or 30,000 UPX, and you're able to buy one for $7, which is basically 7,000 UPX, you did really, really well. So with these city releases in the future, how you beat them, I probably shouldn't be telling everybody this because it's going to make a ton more competition, but that's how I roll, and I'm not going to hide stuff or hide secrets. You want to take neighborhoods that people thought were going to be collections, the prices were super high in, and it dropped a ton, and you're going to want to buy properties in those neighborhoods if you want to win the Thrifty Challenge, and buy things as cheap as you can relative to the prices they had the last 30 days. So if we took, I think Gloria had some really high prices. I'm not sure about Lemay or some of these. We know Saud had some really high prices. You're going to want to buy as cheap as you possibly can. So what really got me on the leaderboard was buying cheap. And then I did sell some properties that were, I made a profit on them. I sold some of the ones I bought really cheap, and I sold them for more. But I sold them for probably less than the 30-day moving average, and that bumped me way up to like 100 and something on the list. So then what happened? Well, I'm like, okay, I have to buy expensive properties to sell if I want to do well. And so I looked for properties along streets, and let's see here. Where am I? Was it this one? I think it was Rodriguez. Yes, this is the property. So I go to Upland.me. That's where this is. I should have told you that. And what I did is I just clicked all the high-end street collections, and I searched for properties to see what was for sale and if there's anything super cheap. And you can see the floor's at 180,000, pretty high floor. And so I thought, okay, I've got some dollars because I sold some properties for dollars. There was one for $138, which was obviously way below the floor on those streets. And it was this property right here, which was waterfront, cool property. Oh, Osho 1937 owns it now. Huh, that's hilarious. Okay. I think he told me that or no, he didn't tell me he bought that. He won one of our contests for the Lazy Node, and we'll have another contest announcement soon. So check out our Discord. But anyway, he knows that now. That's funny. Small world. So, I ended up selling this for 199,000 UPIC. So I made a really good profit. That doesn't matter. They don't care about profit in a Thrifty Trader. But what happened was I bought it on a collection street and sold it on a collection street. So because I sold it for 199, and the average sale price in Gamboa is probably super, 20, 30,000 at the most, maybe less than that. I had a massive relative profit score because I sold it for so much more than the average price of the neighborhood. So then I jumped up to 23rd after that one trade. So if you sell properties for way, way, way more than the neighborhood average price, you do awesome. If you buy properties for way, way, way less than the neighborhood average price, you do awesome. And then I shot down to 198th, as you saw. And how did I do that? It was one trade. I had bought a property really cheap in Rio, like the cheapest property I could find for like 8,000 UPICs, maybe less. And I had it for sale for 10,000 UPICs. And I forgot it was for sale. Actually, I was in, a little weekend vacation at our river house and not paying attention to Upland as much. And that one sold for 10,000 UPICs in one of these neighborhoods, which doesn't even have that high prices. And that one sale dropped me 150 spots because it was low price relative to whatever the neighborhood price was. So if you want to do well in the Thrifty Trader, it's not about profit margin. It's not about buying low and selling high, the same properties. It's about buying low in certain neighborhoods and selling high in certain neighborhoods. So if you want to do really well, you find neighborhoods that the price dropped the most in, you buy properties there, and then somehow if you can have properties on collections, on streets, in neighborhoods that you know are going to sell really high, you buy those before the Thrifty Trader starts because you don't want your relative buy price to be too high, and then you sell those during the Thrifty collection. So basically you can really work the system to get in there. And the thing that kind of bothers me about that is it's not rewarding profit at all, which I thought was the original goal of the Thrifty Trader. And it does not help new players very much. Yes, new players can buy cheap in certain neighborhoods, which can help them. But new players aren't going to have the resources to, buy 100,000, 150,000 UPICs properties, or for, like I did for $138, and then sell them for 200,000 UPICs in certain neighborhoods. They're, maybe if they have quite a bit of money, they'll be able to do that. But if you're, a new player, you're just starting out, you're trying to, work your way through the game and participate in some of these challenges, that makes it almost impossible to be real high on the leaderboard if you can't sell some and make a really good profit. So those are some of the issues I have with the Thrifty Trader. Hopefully they can change it soon and make it a little more fair. I don't know. But I guess we'll see how that goes. For now, I guess we just learn the rules and play it that way. So hopefully I'll stay in the top 200 and go from there. All right, so here is the latest neighborhood, the FSA one that was released last week. And as you can see, it is completely minted out, I believe. So it minted out so fast. That just kind of reinforces that Rio is going to be a hot city and pretty popular for quite a while. And then I was curious to see what prices were. I could not believe how high prices were at the very beginning, selling for 25,000, 30,000 UPICs, the fear of missing out. Just crazy. Now they're back down to the floor of what I thought it should be in the very beginning. So boggles my mind that a neighborhood with no collections, nothing special, and we knew that, was trading at 25,000. Now they're back to normal, so that makes more sense to me. Okay, so we've got that going on. And then, like I said, we'll announce the Lazy Node contest here soon. The Lazy Nodes are 2 neighborhoods I put together where the community can come together, buy properties, help people build, and help have a lot of fun. So Neponset in Queens and Henry Ford in Detroit are my 2 Lazy Nodes. You can see I have lots of properties there, lots of people participating in these, lots of people on the Discord. So make sure you check out our Discord below. If you want to enter the contest, you might be able to sneak in. If you do it like right this second. But you have to go to that video, comment on it, tell us what property you have here, and tell us and make sure you have a build started. I go through the rules in that video, but we'll have many more contests. If you missed this current one, we'll keep doing it. You can see the apartments complete that won the contest, and we've got lots of other builds complete as well from the contest, so that's really cool to see. Okay, so that's all I've got for this update. I'll do the contest video soon. Love to hear what you think of the Thrifty Trader. Love to see how maybe it could be improved. I think there are a few things that could be done, like actually counting the profit, not just the neighborhood prices relative to what they were before and after collections were announced, which is kind of what it is right now. And love to see you join our contest as well. All right. Thanks for watching. Love the likes. Love the comments. Love seeing new subscribers. We'll be back soon.